Hi, welcome back to my channel. Comic Con, VidCon, Raycon. There's a con for everything these days. People love nothing more than to gather with a large group of people who share the same interests as them and then talk about those interests. And I get it. I've been to Comic Con. I've been to VidCon. I even own my own Raycon E25 Everyday Earbuds. Please sponsor me. Going to conventions is fun. But there's a new contender for the biggest con of all time, led by one man, which I guess makes him a con man. Gary V. I'm not a big fan of Gary V. That's not surprising. I think he's a little too obsessed with hustle culture and the grind set, and when he gets people to feel the same way, he'll point them towards things that are also going to make him money. Not my favorite man. Anyway, he's having a conference. Here's the intro video for that conference, VCon.
Welcome to VCon.
Also, let's get this joke out of the way first. VCon? More like Virgin Con. Yes!
VCon is a yearly event that is tied in directly to VFriends, the NFT project that I launched in May of 2021.
Yeah, so I fucking hate that I have to explain this, but VFriends is Gary's personal NFT pet project, and there's Series 1 and Series 2. Series 1 is a collection of drawings he did all by himself, and they all look like shit. I don't know if being absolutely abhorrent to look at is a feature of putting something on the blockchain. Most NFTs are pretty ugly. But these VFriends really take the cake. They're just so bad. You ever seen that drawing that some kid did of Spider-Man that he gave to Spider-Man in the video game Spider-Man? Yeah, that kid has like 40 times the artistic talent of Gary V. The VFriends bio on OpenSea is a Gary Vaynerchuk NFT, yeah, Vaynerchuk is his full name, a Gary Vaynerchuk NFT project around meaningful intellectual property and an extraordinary community. So this is meaningful intellectual property to you, huh? Alright, here's a video of Gary after he drew one of these NFTs.
Fucking sick. Shit, I'm really happy with it.
Look at how proud he is. I won't show you what the NFT looks like because we're going to look at it later. But just keep that in your brain. This is how fucking sick he thinks this shit looks. Series 2 is a lot easier to look at. They're cute. They're clearly done by one artist or a group of artists, none of whom are credited, because why would an NFT project ever credit an artist? It's all in the same style. It looks good. They're fun and inoffensive, and we're going to be talking about them a lot because VCon is equal parts about Gary V and VFriends. And then, like, also a little bit about what other people are doing in NFT land, too. If you own a Series 1 VFriend, the stinky, gross one that I don't want to look at, you get a ticket for VCon 2022 and 2023 and 2024, assuming that VCon was successful enough to have subsequent conferences, and assuming that America still exists enough as a country to host subsequent conferences.
Every VFriend token is a ticket to a multi-day event that is going to rival some of the greatest conferences in the world around entrepreneurship, marketing, ideas, creativity, competition.
Synergy, blockchain, technology. I love buzzwords.
Tons of jam sessions, all night, marshmallow pits, talking, meeting, surprise and delight.
I like to think that I'm at least generally informed of niche lingo in online spaces. Like in the crypto space, I know what hodling is. I know what WAGMI means. I know you always say GM, GN. What is an all-night marshmallow pit? Is that a ball pit filled with marshmallows that Gary V is rolling around in his onesie with a butt flap? Is that just the crypto bro way of saying we're gonna roast some marshmallows? I don't know. And when he says jam sessions, it shows a lot of footage of him playing sports. Does Gary know that certain words mean things?
Of course I'm gonna have them headline side stages so that you can meet them early.
Oh, look at the young Jake Paul. So innocent, so blissfully unaware that he'd be assaulting people for a living.
But I'm also gonna have the biggest names in the world because I'm gonna take the profit from the drop and I'm gonna invest it in throwing the conference that I've always wanted to attend. VCon.
I don't own a VFriend. obviously, but I'm sure I can pick a ticket up on OpenSea to learn from the best. Oh, hey, just like every other NFT, they're now worth like 10% of what they were worth 2 months ago. Glad I'm getting a good deal. So I packed my bags and flew to... Hold on, this thing is in Minnesota? No, I'm not going to Minneapolis. I'm sorry. Also, I'm not going to pay $475 to go to the Gary V convention. What are you, crazy? What are you, nuts? Well, if I'm not going, who will be? Gary V, duh. Snoop Dogg, Eva Longoria, and Liam Payne? Not the concoction of celebrities I would have come up with, but I don't have the same brain as Gary. Logan Paul is gonna be there. Very nice. And lots and lots and lots of NFT profile pictures. I can't wait to see what they look like in real life. I've also learned that, much like Jeremy Renner was, VCon is an app. I needed a display name, something that was gonna, really set me apart, identify me as an individual. I think that should do it. I'm not giving Gary my phone number or my Discord or my Twitter or my any of that other stuff. No. And I'm not giving him my biometrics either. One of the scheduled talks is age is but a number. Unsurprising, given that there will be a number of libertarians at the event. Founder stories? I barely know her stories. She doesn't talk to me very much. Some of my favorite bits of the Q&A are, even babies need tickets to the event, so sorry if you got kids. They should have invested earlier. They say there's no dress code, but you're not allowed to wear certain things, so there is a dress code. And they're asking for volunteers for an event where tickets used to cost $5,000. Come the fuck on. You are free to depart Minneapolis after the US Bank Stadium programming ends at 3 p.m. If you leave before then, Gary will shoot you with an antique hunting rifle. I don't know why now was the time for an NFT-based conference. Like, NFTs seem to be a flash-in-the-pan thing that's slowly but steadily dying out. I don't even want to say slowly. Crypto on the whole took a huge hit earlier in the month, and most coins are at the lowest they've been all year. One coin, Luna, this is my favorite one. On May 8th, Luna was worth $66.70. Just 1 week later, it was worth 0.0002 cents. It's a pretty dramatic price decrease. So though I did not go, part of me wishes I did, given the cloud that was looming over the conference. The other cloud looming over the conference was the clouds it was in Minnesota, so it was chilly and cloudy out. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just projecting negativity into the situation and I'm not thinking the way everyone else needs to. Let's see what actually happened at VCon.
I said, VFriends, welcome to VCon!
Gary was the first speaker, and he gave his and not or talk that he already made a whole other YouTube video about.
I think the world really struggles with and. I think that's something for a lot of you. I mean, a lot of you are very close to my content and know what I talk about, what I believe in. The thing that I've been thinking a lot about is people's real struggle with the word and. Everything is so or. I went on a rant on Twitter to talk about this ridiculousness that people think the world is either or instead of and. You're so addicted with or. No, this is good and that's not.
What he's saying is that multiple things can be true. Like, crypto is bad for the environment and it is bad for artists.
What I plan on doing with VFriends in the next 5 decades is really establish aggressive and.
The next 5 decades? You think you're going to be doing this shit in 2072? 5 decades ago, Richard Nixon was the president. Things have changed a little bit since that time.
I will build a very large intellectual property and business. There's probably a substantial chance that VFriends is the business that finally gets me to buy the New York Jets. And more importantly, win a Super Bowl.
Props to him for saying that on the field of the Minnesota Vikings, a football team that, while not great, is definitely closer to winning a Super Bowl than the New York Jets are.
And we will make these characters incredibly popular. Almost everybody's grandkids in this place will interact with a VFriend in their life.
I do not think that is true. Thus far, I'd say about 99% of media involving crypto is just about crypto itself and not using like crypto characters to tell other stories. One of those reasons is, who owns the copyright to an NFT? Seth Green was freaking out that his Bored Ape was stolen because he built an entire TV show around that NFT and maybe he can't make that show anymore. But what makes his Bored Ape dramatically different from any of the other ones in the yacht club? Dan Olson made a Twitter thread that exemplifies this point perfectly. A lot of people are commenting on the inherent hilarity of this situation, but I want to highlight the god-awful promo video and the way it further demonstrates the unbearable cringe of crypto. Crypto content ultimately just becomes content about crypto. The product becomes inexorable from its content, in the same way that investment showed Gary Vee gets a featured cameo in a transparent ploy to pad his ego as a money mover. All the disconnected NFT characters loom as a ploy to realize an investment. Anyway, let's have some fun talking about BAYC apes as characters that holders get the commercial rights to. Let's say we buy number 5777. Basically, anything we do with this character that fails to include the background is open to challenge by the holder of number 5525, as the two apes share all characteristics except the background. And the moment we put clothes on either, we're now stepping on the toes of 8809 and 8872, which are also identical in all meaningful ways, just one has a leather jacket and the other a sailor uniform. It turns out that characters churned out in batches of 10,000 by an algorithm haphazardly combining stock characteristics according to a rarity curve aren't a good or interesting foundation to build literally anything out of that isn't just product placement for BAYC. And the trailer Dan was talking about was shown at VCon. Or maybe Gary thinks that grandkids will interact with VFriends via the card game that they just built around them. That's possible. That could be the meaningful IP that Gary was talking about, until you read the rules of the game and you realize that it is just war. Like the game that you play with a standard deck of cards. War. You know, the card game where whoever has the higher card wins and it's 100% luck. The best part is you're not playing with a standard deck of cards. It's a collectible card game. So everyone's trying to collect the best cards and whoever has them just gets to win every time. Isn't that fun? Enough of this tangent. Back to Gary's opening remarks.
The thing that I am far more interested in is the ability to find positivity is there at all times as well. And so I ask the people at this conference that if you are happy and optimistic, to over-communicate that to every friend you make. I hope that we can choose practical optimism this weekend, and I encourage it very much. I want to see people crying if they're losing. Competitive clown is going to make 7-year-olds cry. He's a clown. He's scary. You know what else is scary? Coming in second.
If coming in second is scary, Gary must be terrified at all times because the Jets haven't finished first in their division since 2002.
I love people that come in second, third, fourth. I love losing. You know that. I really do.
I mean, clearly you do. You're a Jets fan, and I know I'm harping on it. But making fun of the Jets is so fun. There's so many different ways to do it. One of their quarterbacks said he had a bad game because he saw ghosts on the field. Their owner's name is Woody Johnson. That's like being named Dick Peckerwood or Penis. Also, champions. Fuck you, Gary. My team wins shit.
This is a culmination of a very strong community built on very good values. I am uncomfortably proud of you.
I'm so proud of you guys. I'm actually, pardon me for saying, but I'm a little horny.
I really want to do something extremely special for just the people that were actually at VCon. So we teamed up with Rally. I created this remarkable new exclusive character just for VCon, the Viper.
Remember the video?
Fucking sick. Shit, I'm really happy with it.
The video of him being so proud of the drawing he made. This was the drawing. He's so proud of this. This is meaningful intellectual property to him. Ah! Who do you think got the Viper's taint? Do snakes have taints? Okay, my research was inconclusive, but male snakes have 2 penises. Which means that people were twice as likely to get part of the conference Cobra's cucumber than I previously thought. Because this was a big conference in Minneapolis, a city that quite frankly doesn't have a whole lot going on, there's a lot of local news coverage of VCon. And the comments on those local news stories are fantastic. Bunk! I would not go to that bunch of clowns. Keep this trash out of our beautiful state. Do not call this inaugural. There will not be one next year. This is a fad, and for the sake of your finances, don't fall for it. They want you to be a sucker. Ew. There were other panels, other things on the main stage, but so little of it was documented online. I get that they don't just want anyone to see what happened when people spent hundreds of dollars on tickets, travel, and lodging, but this conference was about crypto and NFTs and Web3, and isn't that about democratization and making these systems like usable for all? There wasn't even a live stream ticket you could pick up if you didn't want to fly out or had safety concerns over COVID. There are quite literally hundreds of videos of people talking about their VCon experience. But hearing about it secondhand isn't the same as seeing the things that people are willing to do for a little bit of attention from Gary. He said he's already in meetings for VCon 2023, and I don't doubt that it's gonna happen. When he talks, people listen. I just wish that he talked about, like, actually good stuff. You know? The VFriends can hide behind the artifice of, we're about growing a community and being good to one another and all that stuff.
We talk a good game on kindness, on Discord, and social, but people were literally throwing flying elbows at each other at the merch tent a few minutes ago.
But really, at the end of the day, NFTs and crypto exist as a way that people think they will be able to make money. If they didn't think they were going to make money from it, no one would own an NFT of the warm Wolverine or the amiable anchovy. Yes, all of them are alliterative adjective noun names. As if they couldn't get any more annoying. You're telling me this hamster is hustling? You're telling me that this shrimp is sufficient? Quick quail? That thing looks slow as shit. It's not even moving. Authentic anaconda. What does that even mean? Like, it is an anaconda. Oh, this one's good. The glowing glowworm. Oh, where'd you fucking come up with that one, Gary? The creative crab. If the crab was actually that creative, he would have drawn some better fucking NFTs. The radical rabbit. The woke walrus. Antifa's taking over the NFTs. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, and you wouldn't mind leaving a like or subscribing, I would really appreciate that too. Hey Gary, I got an NFT idea for you. It's my noisy fartin' thing. Don't forget to wear sunscreen, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.